What an amazing house tour this is. This is the Ernest Hemingway house in Key West, Florida. Ernest lived here with Pauline Pfeiffer, his second wife. They got it in 1931. This house was actually built in 1851 by a guy from Connecticut. Asa Tift, I believe his name was. He lived there until 1889, and then he actually lost 3 of his family members to yellow fever at this place. And the place was empty for 42 years, and then Pauline's uncle acquired it for $8,000 in back taxes, which even in 1931 was a good deal because this is 1 acre worth of grounds. And it was built with Georgian timber, and it's just a beautiful place. In the 1930s, when they lived here, I mean, Hemingway had 9 of his best writing years in this place. He wrote some of his most famous works up in this carriage house in the back, and they had like Murano chandeliers in this place and also some Moroccan chandeliers, and they furnished it with some beautiful stuff and some amazing pool, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. But it's guided tours only. I'm struggling to keep my mask on here at the moment because it's hard to talk and narrate a video with a mask going on. But I mean, one of the famous things about this place are the Hemingway cats, which are really cool. These are the descendants of the cats that Hemingway had living here. They started with one cat named Snow White, and by the time he left here in 1940, after they were divorced, there were 40 or 50 cats on the premises, and today there's 60, and they all have really cool names. They're all named after vintage stars like Joe DiMaggio and Babe Ruth and Marilyn Monroe and Clark Gable, Duke Ellington. The cats are amazing, and a lot of them, about half of them, have 6 toes, which is pretty cool. And they really own this place. One of them remains sort of laying on the master bedroom. This is the writer's studio up here, the carriage house, which is the writer's studio. See whether we can come up here. This is the pool. Let's start over up here. So these were 9 of Hemingway's most productive years in this house, writing up here. One of these typewriters here was a gift from Pauline. That one right here is a gift from Pauline, I think in the 1930s. Obviously no air conditioning back in the day. You see, there's a view of the pool back here. Pauline had this built in 1937 at an incredible cost of $30,000 during the Great Depression, which was, they told us, was about the equivalent of $330,000 today. Hemingway had here before a boxing ring because he liked to box and also train other boxers and such. He turned it into a swimming pool, and when he got home, he said, "You spent my last red cent on this thing." And that red cent is, he threw a coin up, and that coin is right here. I'll try to get a good look at it there. So, this is the pool area. Pretty interesting place. Let's walk around and get another view of the place. Here's one of the cats who's frolicking with someone. So Hemingway got like 40% of the place when he divorced Pauline Pfeiffer. He also met his 3rd wife here, Martha Gellhorn, the journalist. She came to interview him. She sort of camped out at Sloppy Joe's, one of his favorite bars, and knew he'd appear at some point. She was basically stalking him, and he did eventually appear, and they fell in love. And when he divorced Pauline, I think he got 40% of this place, but she remained living here, Pauline did, until she died in 1951. And then when Hemingway died in 1961, I think shortly thereafter, this place became the museum that it is today. Very cool place to visit. It's $15 for adults. They give you a narrated 20-minute tour, which is, they're really good storytellers. So I really recommend this place. Unlike the Hemingway house in Ketchum, which we've been to too, which is on a street where there's no trespassing street, and you're not allowed to tour the place. I went down there anyways and just took a look at it from the outside. Of course, that's the house where he killed himself. So there's sort of bad mojo, bad vibes there. The grounds of this place are amazing though. It's 1 full acre. Just so lush, amazing. It's really quite a tropical paradise. You could imagine coming down here in those days. I mean, there wasn't air conditioning, but he's usually spent his winters here. And summers, he'd be off traveling in Europe, Spain, Idaho, parts on. I mean, Hemingway was a restless soul, obviously. He was always traveling. But what an incredible oasis this would be to come to in the wintertime. And these were some of his most productive years living in this place. You see what a tropical paradise this place is. It really is. This is the main house. What I love too is that they've got this great staircases. Second floor verandas. Okay, $8,000 this cost, back in 1931. Not too shabby, huh? Let's get a view up here. Lush, lush vegetation. How'd you like to have this house? They just got air conditioning here, by the way, 5 years ago. This is 2020, so around 2015 or so they had AC. Before that, you're just sweating it out. And of course, this is July too. It's actually the 4th of July today. Hemingway he died on July 2, 1961. So next year it'll be the 60-year anniversary. And of course, he was born on July 21, 1899, and they celebrate July 21 around here is Hemingway Days. They have a special Hemingway tree. So if you're a Hemingway fan, you know, coming here on July 21 is a really special time to do that. Just peek inside here. This is the master bedroom. So 2 of the cats are here now. Hi. This was the master bedroom. See all the windows. What a terrific place this is.